we've casted what? So we casted 3 Cascade Clan League matches now, and every time we casted Property, it's gone to Game 7, which is quite exciting. Well, did they only get to Game 6 the first time? Maybe, but it was a good series anyway. I've casted so many 7-game series. The SC2 Improved Team League semi-finals both went to Game 7, so they were very exciting. We've got our finals coming up next week. I won't spoil it. One of them is up on YouTube right now. The other one isn't just yet. It'll be going up probably tomorrow. So yeah, let's introduce our players. In the upper left corner from Property, it is Zanster, the red Zerg player. In the bottom left, we do have from mYinsanity, the yellow Zerg player. It is Petraeus. So some ZVZ here, Inferno Pools, our map. We'll see what these guys are going to get up to as we get started into this ZVZ. And we'll see what's going to be happening here. So far, so good. No early pools, nothing to worry about. And both players are just going to be opening with that hatchery first, as they both now find out that they are in vertical spawns to each other. This is a little bit better for Zanster because he scouted his opponent in the first position he checked, and Petraeus should really turn this Overlord's direction. No? Okay. Yeah, Petraeus is going to be a little bit later to the main base, so he's not really going to get an opportunity to really come in here and scout, I don't feel. Whereas this Overlord from Zanster is going to have plenty of time to come in, see the pool time, and realise it's hatch first against hatch first, know what he's up against. He's even putting down his gas here to begin with already, so he's going to be a little bit greedy. It's actually very similar builds though, just a pool before gas or gas before pool, the only difference right now. And of course Zanster now knowing what he's up against, and again, Petraeus is going to be a little bit blind to this. So, yeah. So yeah, Petraeus, you can see he's changing the direction of this Overlord. So again, he doesn't want to fly into the main base. By the time he gets there, he knows the Queen's going to be out, and if the Queen's out, he's not going to be able to get into this base safely. So no point sacrificing the Overlord super early. Just going to change directions then towards the front, and that's probably the best place it can be right now. Watch for any Zerglings leaving the base, and watch for them crossing the map. Look for them. You know, again, any potential aggression coming from his opponent. You know, the best thing you can do if you can't see what your opponent's up to is watch for anything which might stop what you want to get up to, I suppose. There's probably a better way of phrasing that, but we'll save that for another time. The Zergling speeds are starting now, and we're going to see free workers kept in gas here by Zanster. What's Petraeus going to do? Free workers in gas as well, so both of these guys looking as though they want to head into a little bit of Ling Bane action, or at least have the opportunity to go into Ling Bane if they want to. There's always going to be that chance that both players put down that Bane and Nest, morphing a couple of defensive Banelings, but then just continue on into the rest of their game and, you know, decide not to actually attack at any point. So that is a possibility for both of them right now. Bane and Nest there is on the way for Zanster, so keep your eyes on that production tab. Are we going to see a swell of Zerglings from either player? If we are, we're probably going to see an Overlord as one of the next units out, and then go straight into those 12 Zerglings. I mean, it's kind of time for the Overlord anyways. Just keep an eye for further drones being made. You can see Zanster's not actually making any drones right now. Whereas I guess maybe he just doesn't have lava just yet. He has a little bit. Neither player not making much. There we go. More drones on the way. Okay, so both players just going to continue droning there in this situation and not really going to push the advantage in either. You know, not really going to push to be too aggressive again. Bane and Ness are just going to be defensive features in this game. I say as 18 Zerglings get made by Zanster. Okay, interesting. I mean, it would have made sense, to me at least, to make the 18 Zerglings on the last round of lava, because then they would finish, I guess. Okay, he knows the build time is better than me, because these Zerglings do finish pretty much just as speed finishes, so that's what I was starting to say, but then I realised that he's actually got it perfectly right. So Zanster's right. Obviously 4 Banelings on his own side of the map though, so again, just looking to be defensive if he needs it. And ooh, a couple of Lings taking a bit of damage here from Petraeus very early on. He sees all of those things, of course, and he does now see the Banelings moving in as well. That's getting picked off, and Petraeus just backing off back home. 5 Banelings being morphed in for him. He starts up a Roach Roaring, whereas we see a lair coming in from Zanster, and that would suggest he's probably going to look to head in towards a Mutalisk style of play. I mean, there's no need to have the lair that fast if you're going to play Roaches, because you're not going to be able to do anything with it. So it looks as though we're going to have a little bit of Muta versus Roach action here. Again, these early set of Zerglings haven't really achieved too much, and they're not really meant to. I suppose, I mean, I guess there's, they could do a little bit of damage, but it doesn't really matter that they don't here. As the Balins will split up a little bit, a couple of Balins on the way out here for Petraeus. And, they're okay trades so far. One Balin for one Balin, sorry, no Balins for one Balin. And, this one Balin is, again, waddling forwards, looking to try and find a couple of Zerglings. Zanster will run in here and try, and he actually will get a kill. And, oh, yes he will. Just getting a kill there. But again, there's plenty more Balins remaining, so again, this is just a little bit of a dance between these guys right now. Neither are really committing, and obviously a big wave of roaches coming out here for Petraeus. And again, he's making a lot of roaches very early. No evolution chamber, no roach one, so no lair. So he's looking as though he wants to maybe end this very, very soon. He's starting to move across the map, and this could just be a big roach bane all in, essentially, from him. More lings to follow this up, and he hasn't droned while Zanster has. The Zanster sees it coming so early on. I wonder if Petraeus thought... I don't know, I feel as though Petraeus could have, if he wanted to, push this back a little bit sooner. These Balins are getting caught out on the map though, so they're not going to be too useful. Lings, what they're going to try and do... I mean, the Lings could... okay, they're just saving the Balins, but it's not going to really matter. They could try cut off reinforcements, but I think they're probably going to be best off just fighting next to these spine crawlers. Such a nice natural to defend because you can spread your spine crawlers out so nicely. At the same time, I guess if Petraeus wants to, you could come to this right side and only kind of fight a couple of these spines. A lot of Balins coming in, so he's going to just try and win this again with this big attack. The Balins here for Zanster again picked off one at a time here. He's not really connecting with anything with these. There's a lot of Balins going off on either side. The Balins not able to make their way through to these spine crawlers just yet, as the roach numbers are already starting to dwindle a little bit here for Petraeus, as these couple of Balins chasing each other around, and it looks as though Petraeus is going to run out of steam. He's got another wave of Zerglings coming across the map, but he's down in workers, and I mean, he's not going to have more roaches to back this up, and already, again, the tech is on the map here for Zanster. He's got that spire halfway done. You see the transition will come out here for Petraeus. He starts to drone up behind this, and it's a little bit too late. He's starting to take a gold on the third base, which is an interesting way to try and come back a little bit from what was really kind of a failed attack. I mean, he forced a lot of spines, and I guess he traded against a lot of spines. But he was down in workers, and again, he's down in tech. His +1 is very slow, his roach speed is very slow. And again, that spire is about to finish here for Zanster, so a lot of potential to get them mutas out and to get across the map nice and quickly, start cleaning out overlords, get some damage done. These Lings are just trading with each other right now. It looks as though Petraeus is a little bit reluctant to actually make any Balins, and these Balins of Zanster of course a big threat to these Zerglings. Petraeus is going to turn around and fight, but he's going to lose the fight. He just does not have enough. Now realizing this, he's going to just turn away and try and run, but he's not in the best positions. He has taken a bit of a worker lead, but it's not going to last for too long. It's actually going to be completely even at 46 apiece in just a couple of moments. And a couple more Mutalisks being added on by Zanster. I mean, so he's going to get his mutas out. Petraeus is going into mutas of his own. It's kind of an interesting scenario where he's kind of going to be on a similar muta count to his opponent. Because he's got the gas, he's got the gas count where at a third base where he's actually going to be able to make as many, mutas as his opponent can. But is he going to take a little bit too much damage right now? These Balins not doing too much here, but the Queens get cleaned out, and of course the Balins, all they really need to do is zone these Zerglings away to give the Lings of Zanster the opportunity to take those Queens down, and now this third base is free pickings at this point in time for Zanster, so he's going to work his way against this. I mean, can he kill it in time? There's only 3 mutas here. That Spire for Petraeus is coming up, and a potentially scary moment for Zanster, because, I mean, there's a chance here that Petraeus just kind of out-mutalisks him, because he's not really expecting mutas of his opponent, so he might just put a little bit more gas into Balins. He might start making roaches, and if that's the case, Petraeus could suddenly show up with more mutas, take a good fight or so, and this could turn around very, very quickly. That Spire's about to finish. I mean, these mutas are not working away against this hatchery very quickly at all. And Queens are even going to come over here in time to be able to defend this. So this is Zanster going to have to turn away. There's 12 mutas on the way for Petraeus just as Zanster starts up roaches. So there is going to be a mutalisk lead on the map for Petraeus. And we'll see if he's going to be able to maybe make something out of this. It's pretty much all he has in terms of an advantage right now. He's not going to have the upgrade advantage for a while. He's not going to have roaches, which Zanster has. And then roaches for Zanster coming in with upgrades now as well. And now Zanster is going to see these mutas coming out. Queens, nice transfuse, keeps them alive. He's chasing down other Mutalisks here, but things continue to run in here because Zanster just continue to try push Petraeus back. Petraeus going to find these roaches in the middle of the map. Zanster goes back into Mutalisk production, kind of as he should at this point, I guess. And a Spore coming out with the Skull Base, so that's going to keep that nicely protected. Petraeus turns around, he starts to actually fight against these roaches, start cleaning these out. It's actually becoming a fairly even game, apart from the fact that upgrades will continue to be in Zanster's favour here on the roaches. But in the skies, I mean, once Petraeus does get +1 carapace, it is a better Mutalisk upgrade to have in Mutalisk versus Mutalisk than +1 attack is. It helps you defend the fly carapace helps you defend the kind of bouncing glaives a lot more than the flyer attacks does. So Petraeus will have a slight advantage in the air. What are the numbers looking like? 18 meters to 13. So again, he's actually ahead in the mirror count here. I mean, his third base was up a little bit sooner. Not really mining, I guess. I mean, what's he mine? 20. He's spent about 200 gas from this. It's about even in that regard. He's ever so slightly ahead. The real difference is Zanster really committed to a lot of roaches while the gas counts were even, and that's kind of where his lack of meters are right now. Nice little move by Petraeus trying to slow down that gas income to gain that competitive edge in these meter fights, slow down his opponent from being able to make quite as many meters as he is. As these meters are going to come in here, that +1 carapace is finishing, and I think Petraeus is realising that this is the upgrade which can turn things around. Queen here though, and with Queens defensively, I'm not sure if he's really going to be able to do too much else. He continues to turn around, and nice target find. He's actually taking down these meters pretty quickly, and I think Petraeus might be winning this fight in the sky, and I think his meters are just going to carry him through to victory. He has been in a lot of trouble throughout a lot of this game. His first attack didn't really seem to work, but once he got into the meters, he was able to survive. He survived all the run-bys, and he actually turned this around. And, you know, I was kind of saying, like, his one way back into this, I suppose, is just kind of